She posted a TikTok, manifesting a rich boyfriend while we were still together. I duetted, manifesting a loyal girlfriend. Then I updated my net worth, $1.2M for my inheritance I'd never mentioned. When her friends tagged her in my response video, I'm 28, male, software engineer, the kind of guy who keeps his head down, does the work, and doesn't broadcast his life online. I don't have a TikTok. I don't post gym selfies. I drive a used Honda Civic because I genuinely don't care about appearances. My girlfriend of 2 years knew all of this about me, and I thought she loved me anyway. Turns out she loved the idea of me, just not the version that actually existed. We met through mutual friends at a backyard cookout. She was funny, confident, the kind of person who lit up a room without trying. I was drawn in fast. Within 6 months, we were exclusive. Within a year, we talked about moving in together. I thought we were building something real. Looking back, there were signs, small ones, the kind you explain away because you want to believe the best about someone. She had a large TikTok following, around 80,000 followers. She posted lifestyle content, outfits, coffee shops, day in my life stuff. I stayed out of it completely. I never appeared in her videos. She said she liked keeping our relationship private, and I respected that. It made sense to me. I was a private person too, or so I thought. About 3 weeks before everything exploded, I noticed a shift. She started asking different questions. Subtle at first. Asterisk, do you ever think about investing? Asterisk, then sharper. Asterisk, my friend's boyfriend just put a down payment on a condo. You ever think about buying property? Asterisk, then flat out. Asterisk, where do you see yourself financially in 5 years? Asterisk, I gave honest answers every time. I said I was comfortable, that I saved consistently, that I wasn't in a rush to flash money around. She'd nod, but something behind her eyes went quiet after each answer. Like I was failing a test I didn't know I was taking. Then came the TikTok. I found out about it the way I found out about most things in the digital age. Someone sent it to me. A buddy from college texted me at 11 p.m. on a Tuesday with nothing but a link and a message. Asterisk, bro, is this your girl? Asterisk. I opened it. There she was, sitting in our apartment. I could see the corner of the bookshelf I built in the background, doing that thing creators do where they lip sync and point to floating text. The audio was some trending sound. The text on screen read, manifesting a rich boyfriend sparkles because his current situation is not at skull. The video had 340,000 views. I watched it 4 times. My brain kept looking for an alternative explanation. Maybe it was old. Maybe it was a joke aimed at a different audience. Maybe I was misreading it. But no, it was filmed in our apartment. She was wearing the hoodie I bought her for her birthday. And the comments, God, the comments, were full of her followers hyping her up. Asterisk, you deserve a man with money, sis. Asterisk, upgrade, SCN folded hands. Asterisk, drop the dead weight, bestie. Asterisk, she didn't take it down. She didn't post a follow-up saying it was a bit. She left it up and went to bed like it was nothing. I know because I checked the timestamp. She posted it at 9:47 p.m. We'd had dinner together at 7. She sat across from me, laughed at my jokes, let me pay the bill, and then came home and filmed that video in the next room while I was doing dishes. I didn't confront her that night. I didn't sleep either. I sat with it for 24 hours, and while I was sitting with it, I thought about something she didn't know. Something nobody knew. Actually, not her friends, not even most of my own family. 14 months earlier, my grandfather passed away. He was a quiet man who ran a small manufacturing business for 40 years, reinvested almost everything and never talked about money. Not once. Not to his kids, not to his grandkids. When the estate was settled, I received an inheritance of $1.2 million. I didn't change my lifestyle. I didn't tell anyone. I moved it into index funds and a high-yield account, kept driving my Civic, kept going to work every day, kept being exactly who I'd always been, not because I was hiding it, but because it wasn't relevant. It didn't change who I was. I didn't want relationships, romantic or otherwise, built on a number in a bank account. And here now was the reason I'd been right to keep it quiet. because the woman I'd been with for 2 years had just posted publicly that I wasn't enough, that she needed to manifest a replacement, and she did it from inside the life I was quietly providing for in an apartment where I covered 60% of the rent, wearing a gift I bought her. I thought about just leaving, packing a bag, sending a text, being done. But then I looked at that video again. 340,000 views. Her followers in the comments calling me, without knowing it was me. Dead weight. I made a different choice. I downloaded TikTok, created an account, and I duet her video. The duet format put our videos side by side. Her on the left, manifesting her rich boyfriend. Me on the right, sitting in the same apartment, same lighting, completely calm. I pointed to my own floating text. Manifesting a loyal girlfriend sparkles because this current situation is not at skull. Same font, same emoji placement, same energy. I didn't say a word out loud. Didn't need to. I posted it, set my account to public, and went to sleep. I woke up to 1.1 million views. My phone was vibrating off the nightstand. I didn't even fully understand what was happening until I opened the app and saw the comments flooding in. People had connected the dots immediately. They could see the same bookshelf in the background, same apartment, and they were tagging her account by the thousands. She called me at 7:43 a.m. I let it ring. Then a text, asterisk, what is wrong with you? Asterisk. I didn't respond. She called again. I let it ring again. Then she showed up at the apartment, which, to be clear, was technically her apartment too. She had a key, and she walked in already mid-sentence. You need to take that down. Right now. Do you understand how embarrassing this is? My followers are attacking me. I'm getting hate comments. My inbox is destroyed. Your video is still up, I said. She stopped. That was a joke. It was content. You don't understand how this works. You filmed in our apartment while we were together without telling me. It wasn't about you. I looked at her. The bookshelf I built is in the frame. She pivoted fast. I'll give her that. The anger dropped and something more calculated took its place. She sat down, changed her tone, went soft. Baby, look, I'm sorry. I should have told you. It was stupid. It was just for engagement. You know how it is. Can we talk about this? Please take the video down, and we can talk. Here's where I should pause and tell you about the inheritance, because I hadn't posted that yet. The duet was only step one. While she was sitting there doing damage control, my second video was already scheduled, set to post at noon. I'd spent part of that sleepless night putting together a follow-up. Just me, facing the camera, calm and steady. I talked for about 90 seconds. No anger in my voice. No performance. I said something like, asterisk, update for everyone watching the duet. I want to be transparent. My girlfriend posted that video 3 weeks ago. I found out about it 2 days ago. I've been called dead weight in her comments. I want to address that. I work in tech. I drive a used car because I choose to. And 14 months ago, I inherited $1.2 million from my grandfather, which I've never mentioned to her or anyone else, because I believe money should never be the foundation of a relationship. Manifesting loyalty. That's all. Asterisk. At 11:58 a.m., while she was still in the apartment trying to negotiate a truce, her phone started lighting up. Her friends had found the second video, and they were tagging her in it. I watched her face change in real time. She read the notifications, looked up at me, looked back down, read more. The color left her face. You have $1.2 million. Had, I said, invested, but yes. The soft, calculated version of her evaporated. What replaced it wasn't sadness. It was fury, the specific fury of someone who realizes they made a catastrophically wrong calculation. You HID that from me. We were together for 2 years, and you HID that. I kept it private. There's a difference. I could have... She stopped herself, but not fast enough. You could have what? I asked. I kept my voice completely level. Stayed? Tried harder? Been more loyal? She didn't answer, but we both heard what she almost said. She left the apartment, and the calls started within the hour. Not from her. From her mother. Her mother had opinions about everything, and a track record of wading into situations that weren't hers to wade into. She'd done it before. Once when we had a minor disagreement about vacation plans, she'd call me to mediate, which meant lecture. I'd been patient then. I was done being patient now. "You humiliated my daughter online," she said, skipping hello entirely. "Her video has been up for 3 weeks," I said, "with 340,000 views. Nobody called me to discuss that. That was content. You put private financial information on the internet to embarrass her. That is malicious. That is harassment. We're talking to a lawyer." I almost laughed, but I just said, "Okay," and hung up. Her mother was bluffing. I'd done nothing illegal. I hadn't named my girlfriend. I hadn't shown her face without consent. She'd shown her own face in her own public video first. I hadn't disclosed anything about her. I talk about myself, my own life, my own inheritance, my own choices. There was no legal theory on earth that made that harassment. But then the entitled escalation started in earnest. Her friends, the inner circle, 3 women who had her back on everything, launched a coordinated response. They started mass reporting my videos for misinformation and harassment. 2 of the videos got temporarily flagged and removed pending review, which was clearly the goal. Kill the reach before it spread further. They posted their own TikToks framing me as manipulative and financially deceptive in a relationship, as if I had some legal obligation to disclose my net worth to a girlfriend. One of them, the boldest of the group, posted a 9-minute video breaking down why I was toxic and playing games with her heart by hiding wealth. It got traction. Some people bought it. Then came the move that crossed a real line. My girlfriend, ex at this point in my mind, reached out to my employer through LinkedIn. She didn't message me. She messaged my manager. She framed it as a concern, said I had been behaving erratically online, and that she was worried about my mental state. She didn't say we were in a relationship. She presented herself as a concerned acquaintance. My manager forwarded me the message, confused, asking if everything was okay. That was the moment I stopped playing defense. I took a screenshot of her LinkedIn profile, took a screenshot of the message my manager forwarded, cross-referenced the timestamps with the TikTok activity, and I called a lawyer, a real one, not a threat. The attorney I spoke with was clear. What she did, contacted my employer with fabricated concerns about my mental state in an attempt to damage my professional reputation, could constitute defamation and tortious interference, depending on what she'd said and its impact on my employment. In most states, to have a viable claim, I'd need to show she made a false statement of fact, communicated it to a third party, and that it caused or could cause tangible harm to my career. The LinkedIn message, framing me as mentally erratic to my manager, met the threshold for us to send a formal cease and desist and preserve the option to pursue damages. The attorney drafted the letter. It was sent within 48 hours. I also reported the coordinated flagging campaign to TikTok with documentation, timestamps, screenshots of the friends post coordinating the mass reporting. TikTok's trust and safety team reviewed it. Both of my removed videos were reinstated. One of the friends' accounts received a temporary restriction for coordinated inauthentic behavior. The cease and desist landed and the noise stopped almost immediately. No more messages to my employer. No more coordinated reports. The 9-minute video got quietly deleted. The entitled army retreated as fast as they mobilized. But I wasn't done. I want to be clear about something. The inheritance video wasn't made to destroy her. I made it because I was genuinely hurt and because I believe in being honest about who I was on my own terms. The fact that it went viral wasn't the plan. But once it did, once she involved my employer and her friends started running a smear campaign, I decided the whole story needed to be told. I posted a third video, a longer one, about 12 minutes. No music, no effects, just me at my kitchen table. I walked through the timeline, met at a cookout, 2 years together. The subtle questions about money starting roughly 8 months in. The video she posted, the duet, her showing up, the LinkedIn message to my manager, the cease and desist. I showed nothing that identified her. No name, no handle, no face. But I told my side completely and factually. The response was overwhelming. The video hit 4 million views in 72 hours. More importantly, her own followers started going back through her content with new eyes. Some of them found older videos. She'd apparently done manifesting content before, vague language about upgrading her life, moving out of her temporary situation. Clips her followers now recontextualized in the comments. She lost around 22,000 followers in 5 days. Brand partnerships she'd been publicly tagged and went quiet. One mid-sized clothing brand that had been in the process of negotiating a deal with her. Her followers figured this out from old comments. Never ended up posting anything with her. I didn't do any of that. Her own content did it. She texted me once more, about 10 days after everything went public. Not an apology, exactly. More like a negotiation. Asterisk. I hope you're happy. You ruined something that could have been really good. I hope whatever you get out of this was worth it. Asterisk. I read it, thought about what to say for maybe 30 seconds. Then I typed back. Asterisk. You posted that video 3 weeks before I found out. You sat across from me at dinner that same night and let me pay the bill. I don't have anything left to say. Asterisk. I never heard from her again. The apartment lease was in my name. She was on it as an occupant, not a co-signer. I gave her 30 days written notice, legally proper under our state's landlord-tenant provisions, since she had no lease rights of her own, and she moved out without incident, probably because the cease and desist was still fresh in everyone's mind. I stayed in the apartment, kept driving the Civic, went back to work. The TikTok account I made for one video became something I never expected. About 600,000 followers now. I post occasionally. Nothing about her. Just life stuff. I find it ironic that the woman who thought I wasn't enough inspired the online presence she always wanted for herself, just without her in it. The $1.2 million is still invested, still quietly growing. Still not the point. The point was always loyalty. The point was always that the person sitting across from you at dinner shouldn't be filming a replacement request in the next room. Some people in my comments still say I was wrong to post a second video, that I should have just broken up with her privately. Maybe, but she made it public first. She just didn't expect the other side to have a voice.